Okay, well, we were all ready to go, hit the transition button, and poor old Gerry dropped out on his internet connection. But we do have his video here that we were going to run. So what we'll do is we'll start the video, I think, now. And by the time that runs through, we should be able to get Gerry back online for Q&A and the likes. So I'll hand that over to Brad and he can start up the 16mm projector and off we go.
sometimes. Waving the lantern now, trying to pull it up. Right to go again. Signalling the engineer that the air's through to the caboose. We're right to go. turn the lamp off.
This is the beautiful layout of John Diamond NMR. We were at his home to evaluate some rolling stock for his final AP before he became an MMR. And there were 3 of us there, all MMRs, doing the judging, and no problems. It was high enough quality. He had moved into hospital at this point for a major operation, and he was there for a month, and we went back and presented him with his MMR certificate at the cared for type retirement home because he couldn't look after himself at this place. Two weeks after he was presented with his MMR certificate and plaque, he unfortunately passed away. The layout was broken down and sold off. You'll see sections of the layout turn up in a few of the other videos that I've done, where they've been incorporated into the layout as a memento. It's such brilliant work. A phenomenal amount of detail on the layout, as you can see. And yes, we do have some trains running, you'll see them shortly, but attention at the moment is all this detail. It's absolutely beautiful. This water scene was incorporated into another layout, the short north, which would have been in the last video of mine that you've seen. We have a bonus. 2 trains in shot at the same time. Mainline track is code 70. All other tracks off the main line are code 55. All handmade turnouts, above 106 of them. Starting the 2% grade up to Great Falls. You can hear the diesel notching up for more power at this speed. Viewing the track like this, you start to pick up all the faults. Broken ladder on the signal, broken blade on the point. To come back and do maintenance in these areas. Shut the main line down for a day to do that. The engine has just notched down a couple of notches as we're now on the flat, approaching Great Falls Station on the right. Down the 2% grade towards Havre. As we cross the Trestle Bridge, you can see one of the check wheels is out of place. That will have to be fixed. Bright sunlight in front of us as we come through Havre. We're pulling off the main line to come into the yard at Shelby.
Welcome to the Northern Lakes Railway. This is a HO scale depiction of a modern New South Wales railway complex of industries. We have steelworks, we have a container terminal and port area, we have refineries and wheat silos and all the other typical industries. It's not set on any particular location, but it does describe and depict industries that look very New South Wales in character.
How's he going?
I've been down the steelworks when Lou was working there, and they had a 70 tonner. What happened with them seeing the SWs in it? Was on the market 2 weeks. Sure enough, they never. Lately they have been, but for many years there they would never go on 2 weeks. Now, a bit different lately, but it wouldn't surprise me if the mountains has gone the same. A lot of people would live on the ride. It wasn't finished, so it was just a booklet on landscape. But we stored
a hold the torch. Oh, you're right.
We stored all our furniture, and then we rented a granny flat for 6 months while I finished work. It was a bit of fun actually living in this little granny flat. There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
We kept the water.
Jackhammer?
So what it does?
Yeah, brand new went up and it came out or something. Round college. These things were pretty slow.
Very lovely.
Look back at the whole
Bus?
section of buses.
All my guys got on
The excellent wires and stuff all. It was Tony speaking, right? And I just wrote everything in them and turn them over to them.
I've seen people doing this.
Bruce Block, the owner of this layout, was a horse stud farmer. When he retired, he had plenty of room in the house, so he built 4 layouts. The British layout in one room, this American layout in another, a European layout, and an Australian layout. Unfortunately, Bruce died about 6 months ago, and most of this has been broken up. The Australian layout has been devoted to the local Dorrigo Museum, so that one's still around. The outcome of the others, I am not sure. Plenty of detail all around the layout.
Okay, so we're back in the studio. Gerry's hiding. He just put up a video of his engine facility on his Great Northern layout. He said it'd be better looking than that and looking at him. So I'm not going to enter into any argument there or make any comment. I'll just leave it at that. So let's have a little look over here in the chat and see what questions we've got. I think they've all been watching the video. There's not many questions in here. Dan had a question on John Diamond's layout. How were the power lines done? Do you know that answer, Gerry? I'll look out. Gerry, we've lost Gerry. Gerry's disappeared again. So I can't. I can't really answer that question because I've never really seen John Diamond's layout, and I probably I don't think I've ever actually even met the chap. So I'll
Do you
just
know
try
where he
and.
lives?
No.
So, Speed, if you turn your camera on for Martin because he's struggling there a little bit.
Yeah, because I've got nothing to go with. Okay, that makes life a little easier. Now we got the electronics in the studio worked. I don't know what's happened to Gerry. I'll go through the comments anyway. We've got a few comments here. Dwight has put a comment in there. The GN's his favourite layout. So I think Gerry will be appreciative of that. Gerry's made a couple of comments in the chat, so he must still be there. I don't know what's happened to his internet connection. He disappeared on us there, but over here, do Australian modelers have a preference for which part of the world they prefer to model? Or do the majority model Australian, European, or North American railroads? Well, I reckon Brad and I could probably chuck a few comments in there. I'd say probably 1/3 of Australian modelers model Australian layouts, and then they're Australian prototype, and then they'll be divided mainly into the three main states. Or four main states of South Australia, Victoria, New South Wales, and Queensland. We have a lot of European and a lot of British modelers here, and we have a lot of North American railroads. So that's one of the good things about the NMRA in Australia is it's not only aimed at North American modelers. So we've got a lot of diversity, as you've seen from Gerry's videos. I mean, we've had some European stuff in there. We've had some Australian. We've had some American stuff. So it's a big smattering. Pat put a comment in there that mine is 2/3 Canadian and 1/3 Australian. Mainly because I need to paint and decal the Aussie locos in N-scale, and that proves a lot harder to get than ready to run in HO. And yeah, I'd agree with Pat there. N-scale Australian outline equipment is very hard to get hold of, and you basically got to make it all yourself. So yeah.
Okay, Martin, just quickly, I see Gerry's come back into the room, so if you want to
Okay,
change the screen around, and we'll see if we can get Gerry up there.
We'll turn this around here, and Gerry's back. It's the heat. It's very hot today in Australia, in case you didn't realise, and the internet must have flaked out down in the Central Coast in New South Wales. So we had quite a few comments, a lot of praise on your videos again. One of the comments was on John Diamond's layout. He had power lines on there. Do you know how he made those power lines or how he put them together?
I think he used that expanding elastic type a thread that you can get from the US. I can't remember what it's called, but
you might have a sample there.
Yeah, look at that. Okay, easy line, super stretch that lasts. It comes in 100-foot roll.
Okay.
There it is. How's that?
Easy line. Beautiful.
And there's a piece hanging down somewhere, and you can stretch it for miles.
Well, that answers Dan's question by the looks of it. Kevin had another query over here, which you can elaborate on. I think Brad and I touched on it before, but it's just, do Australian modelers have a preference for which part of the world they prefer to model? Do the majority do Australian, European, or North American?
Well, 10, 15 years ago, I would have said a toss-up between English and American, because they only had one or two locos then, and they were called Lima, which they're good for doorstops. But now the quality of the Australian locos and rolling stock is as good as anything in the world. There's plenty of it, and there's a lot of Australian modelers. And
Yes.
yeah, I think they're now overtaken the Americans for popularity.
Yes. Yeah, well, the prevalence of Australian ready-to-run stuff. I mean, even up in Queensland now, because Queensland Railway's 3'6", they do their HO modelling on 12mm track to simulate the 3'6", and even that's getting quite a big prevalence now, as we've seen. But yeah, yes, the old days, everything had to be made by hand or kit bashed from an American model or scratch built entirely. But now we can buy some really neat models ready to run.
Now, on that subject, recently, a couple of weeks ago, a new company released a model of the 3806, one of our favorite locos in Australia. And people complained at first it didn't have lights, it didn't have that, didn't do anything else. But it wasn't a bad basic model. But the number of people who have actually got stuck in and do modeling instead of just take it out of the box and put it on the track is overwhelming. And it's done more for modelers in Australian prototype than anything else for a long time.
Yes, no, I totally agree with that. So I'll just have a look, see if
Martin? Nope, that was me.
oh, we've lost Brad. He's gone altogether.
Looking good, Marty. I don't see anything else.
Okay.
35 degrees outside at the moment.
Yes, it's about 31 up here, but we've got a nice sea breeze blowing through. But still, I'm in the studio and we've got the air conditioning pumping, and it's a lovely 23 degrees in here. So I don't think I'll be coming out till Easter. Well, that brings us up to the end of this NMRAX. Gerry, thanks again. That was brilliant. You always seem to knock it out the park. You've got a huge selection of videos of different Australian layouts that you've seen over the years around the trap. So yes, thank you very much for putting that together, and we look forward to seeing lots more of them.